It's Aubrey Warren here, your event director and festival fairy godmother, and welcome to Behind Backwoods. I'm so excited to have my guest with me today. I'd love to introduce you to Luci. Thank you for being here, Luci.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And hey, just an FYI, generally speaking, in these conversations, I tend to ask the same questions because I really think it's interesting to see how different artists answer the same questions differently. But if you don't mind, I was geeking out on you a little bit to prepare for the interview, and
Okay.
I found out a little bit about you, some things that like inspired me to want to ask a couple more different questions, if you don't mind me
Yeah.
going off a little bit here and there. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Cool. Okay. Well, I love to start off by just getting to know you as a human. So, if you can't use the word artist, musician, vocalist, performer, or singer, what words would you use to describe yourself as a human?
Uh, God. Um, a hilarious, depressed dog mom, probably. Um,
Hilarious, depressed dog mom.
that's how I would describe her, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I have to ask this follow-up question. What's your dog's name?
Dexter.
Dexter. How
Yeah, he's
old
a cutie.
is Dexter anywhere around where we can see Dexter?
He's 3. I post him sometimes if I had like a physical photo. It's crazy we don't even like have physical photos anymore.
I know. Are you not at home?
Oh no, I'm playing a show tonight. I'm in Charleston right now.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of dog what kind of
Uh,
dog
Pit bull, so
okay.
he's a big one. Yeah.
Have you always been a pit bull girl?
I always wanted one.
Okay.
But dogs are just so much responsibility. So I
Uh-huh.
always was like, I can't have one. But then COVID hit and I got a COVID dog.
You got a COVID dog. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, I'm for sure a dog mom as well. I have two really big dogs, and one's just like sleeping right over there in the corner. So, and I'm sitting on the floor recording this. So, if all of a sudden he's in my face, now I know that you're a dog mom too. So it won't piss you off
Oh
too
my
much.
God. Oh my God, I love it. If it pisses off anyone, like they can go to hell. What the hell? Dogs are better than humans. Like, come on. I don't understand people that are dog people. Like, they are so sweet. I don't get it. I'm dog
Preach it.
girl.
Preach it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary one time with my kids about dogs, and I learned that are you familiar with the hormone oxytocin?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the bonding hormone, right? That
Yeah,
we
yeah.
release as humans, like warm, fuzzy. Did you know that when you look deep into the eyes of your dog, it triggers an oxytocin release in both of you
That's
and the dog?
cute. That's
Isn't that
really
cool?
cute. Yeah, I know like if your dog stares at you constantly, like then you're their person. And I'm like, that's so cute. They've been printed on us. I'm like, oh my God.
Did
Yeah.
yours imprint on you? Do you have
Yeah,
that?
for sure. My dog is so clingy. And I love it. I love being his favorite person. It's pretty awesome.
Girl, I did not know about imprinting until remember the Twilight series? And it yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, is
That
that what sort of reaction is that?
was the weirdest. I love Twilight. I was such a Twilight girl. I was Team Edward, but that was like such a weird scene for me. Like him imprinting on like a baby.
Yeah, that's totally weird. It was totally
Like
weird.
would it be canceled today? I don't know.
I didn't know what imprinting was until I read that book series, but then
Yeah.
I experienced it with my dog. He was like one of those things like walking through the adoption place and he's in a cage and like locked eyes. And I was not planning on getting a dog, but it was like felt something deeper than I'd ever felt in my life. Is crazy.
That's window shopping you can't do without getting something. All right. Like that. No, I can't. I tried working at a pound, like volunteering this year, and I just like It's for one, it's extremely fucking depressing. And like I already have mental health issues and I thought they were going to help. It made it so much worse. I was like, this world is so cruel. Yeah, and it's like I couldn't do. I'm too empathetic when it comes to the dogs, but yeah, I would love more. They're just oh God, they're expensive. My dog just had an ear infection and it was like $500. I'm like, what? What is happening here? So
Kids, like kids, your fur
it is
babies, right? Right. All
yeah,
right.
kids fur babies.
Back to you, girlfriend. So, okay, this might be totally aging me. Generally, I ask, what is the first album you bought with your own money? But as I was sitting contemplating, based on your age, did you ever buy an album, or was it already streaming music when you started listening to music?
No, I was in that era. I think I'm the beginning of Gen Z. So I'm in that weird like I'm kind of a millennial, but I'm kind of a Gen Z. Like I'm literally the cusp here. So I definitely did. I remember like CDs. CDs were only for like a little bit and then it was like MP3. Like you had to like download your music like illegally onto like this ugly little thing. First album though was
That you bought with your own money. You was not a gift. You bought it. What was the first one?
fuck, I have no idea. Not that I like buying. I think by the time I like had money, it was all Spotify.
Okay. Well, then the
First,
first one you remember owning yourself.
Britney Spears, her first album. I was like obsessed with her as a kid, so that was my first significant album I remember. I'm pretty sure her album's called Britney Spears too, or Britney or something.
Did you ever dress up as her for Halloween as a kid? I could totally feel you, like see you like pulling off Brittany in the schoolgirl vibes days.
I was so fucking in love with her. Yeah, I definitely think I dressed up as her. I don't think my mom was like super stoked about that as I was like a little kid and I was like trying to be like I remember I came home from her concert, my sister took me and the shirt that my sister bought me was like you could literally like see Britney's like boobs on it and my mom was like you can't wear that to school and I was like yes I am. And I was in like 5th grade. That's a core memory of me. And I don't have that shirt anymore because I think she got rid of it. But that I wish I had
That's
it.
awesome. Speaking
Mm.
of Brittany and back in the day, were you ever in choir or band or any of those sorts of performing arts as a kid?
I was in choir and I hated it because the songs they sang were so fucking bad. And like we had to wear the ugliest dresses. I was only in choir in middle school, and I'm pretty sure at first I took it because I like to sing, and then then I just started taking it because it was like an easy A. So I was just like whatever. But the dresses so bad. It was so bad. Yeah. So I was there, but I didn't love it. Like if they sang like modern songs, but we were singing like some weird shit, man. I don't even know what's happening.
You're probably singing stuff in Latin and that sort of thing, or maybe not show tunes.
I have no idea. All I know it was not good, and our recitals were shit. No offense to anybody who was in that choir, but God, it was awful. Middle schoolers, not was not.
Dude, dude, it's such an awkward stage anyway. So
I know. I was in my scene stage during that era. So
you're in your
funny.
what stage?
My scene stage, like I had like the scene haircut and everything, like all through middle school. So, and then like
Fantastic.
yeah, it was a vibe.
Well, so then how did you get into producing music?
So I always like did guitar. I always like played guitar and sang, and I would make my own songs that way. And then
Hold
as I
on,
got
pause. Hold on, pause. You said I would always play guitar and sing. Like, when did you start playing the guitar?
probably like 15, I started
Okay.
playing. I'm no like I'm no like expert. I like know how to do scales and chords and bar chords and all that, but like I'm better at producing on Ableton because I practice a lot more at that. But yeah, I always like making my own songs and then I wanted to like I honestly like when I started producing Ableton, I really wanted to make like weirder bass music at the time. So it's crazy how like you go from like literally making guitar like Taylor Swift vibes to like weird bass music, and then I've been flip flopping through genres anyway, so makes sense for me.
Well, I was you've been doing a whole brand shift over the last few months, haven't you? Or over the past year?
Yeah, for the past year and a half, I had my pop era and I went a little bit more in that realm. The album I was making, it just didn't make sense for it to be heavy bass. Like I felt like that's what everyone wanted from me, and it really felt like unauthentic. So I just had to stay true to myself. But then I was like held up in a shitty deal. I wasn't allowed to release the album, so the album like came out like 3 years later, which was so annoying because like by the time it was out, I'm like fucking over it. And yeah, but now we're back in the melodic bass world. It's funny because like I've really changed sounds a lot. Like I just don't. I get fucking bored and like just producing one genre. But like I'm having a lot of fun right now in like the melodic bass kind of genre. Like more so like my song "Me and You." I really have tried to like harp in on that. That's my favorite song of mine. So I'm like, why am I not producing this music? Because that's still my favorite song. Out of all the songs I have released, that song has always remained like I still love it. Like I can still listen to it. All the other ones I'm like, So I'm like, why don't I just produce this kind of style of music for a while? So I've been doing that for like this past year while releasing the pop stuff. And now my next era is melodic bass. So I'm
Oh,
excited.
that makes me so happy. I'm such a melodic bass girl. And although like I love the wubs, I love the wubs, but I what I make up or I say about myself is I don't have enough angst inside to be
Yeah.
all wubby all the time, you know?
Hmm.
And there's nothing better for me than a song with like a strong beat, but that you can sing to that just like
Yeah.
opens your heart and really
Yeah.
helps you connect to the energy of it. So thank you. Thank you from the fans of like
Oh my
producing that kind of
God.
music that we can sing along to.
Yeah. And I really feel like there's not a ton of people in the melodic bass world right now. I
Not right
feel like
now.
there's a lot of people in the dubstep world. I feel like
Mhm.
100%. But I was like, I feel like it's just me and like on the girl side, it's just me and well, there's probably more. I'm not even gonna say that. But I'm just like, I have had to like start looking around. I'm like, who is in this melodic bass world? Because like it's a world that I'm not really, I never like went into. So now I'm like learning and like I think Slander's probably like the big one, the melodic bass. They're like the melodic bass kings. I feel like Champagne Drip's fucking amazing, but he can go wubby. I don't know. I'm just like learning all about this new genre while producing it. And it's been a lot of fun, honestly. I think I'm gonna stay in this era for like a while.
Can
So
you give us a little bit of like behind the curtain in regards to your creative process? Do you start with lyrics and writing like a poem and the song, or do you start with the wubs? Like where do you start?
definitely not the wubs. I make like that is like last like my favorite thing is songwriting. Like I always say like I'm a songwriter first, before anything. Because there's like no better feeling than like writing like lyrics that I relate to. Usually like either I'll have an idea for a song or I'm like going through shit, like going through another breakup or going through or like I'm in love or some shit like that. But I write like a really simple beat first, like just chords and like maybe like a pad or two to like it's like bare bone shit, and then I like make I like freestyle into the mic until I find a top line of the vocals I like. And then I'll start like either the lyrics will just come out in the freestyle or they'll like kind of come out with like what vowel or like what kind of way they should be, and then I'll like match lyrics to it. And yeah, it's just a lot of like trial and error, and yeah, that's my favorite part is songwriting for sure.
Well,
So
was watching an interview you did with someone else a while back where you were talking about how before you were in the genre that you're in now, that creating music sometimes felt like homework and wasn't as fun. And I'm wondering if now that you're focusing on the melodic bass, if you're enjoying the process more.
Yeah, definitely. I really felt very like stuck, and I could have like rode that train and like really became like this dubstep artist. I just like if I like would get off stage and like cry because I'm just like I feel like I'm so fucking fake, and I just like I love dubstep. I love dubstep. I think it's great, but I just think like I couldn't have that be everything. Like it couldn't
Yeah.
be, yeah, like it couldn't just be. It did feel like homework to produce at some point. And now, like, I like producing heavier melodic songs sometimes, but like, there's something about making a drop that really, like, for a while there felt like homework to me. And that's why I kind of like skirted into like this pop world because I love songwriting. And that's all about like songwriting's fucking pop. And I just, yeah, I really felt free when I made that album. And even though like it was such like a huge pivotal change, and I know like it caused me to kind of like the EDM world, you know, some people love pop, some people don't. You know, some people liked it. Some people really wanted me to like stay the alien. Like they really did. And I understand like change is scary and a lot of people like the same shit, but like I'm a woman of eras. Like Taylor Swift is my I'm a Swiftie, and she has
Mm.
gone through all these eras. And I'm like, that she's constantly evolving, and like that's what I want to do. But yeah, I guess I'm like went off on a rant. But yeah, I it doesn't feel like homework anymore with melodic bass. I actually enjoy like doing like the heavier little dubstep moments now because it's not what I'm forced to do. Like I'm in this period where all right, I'm done with my pop era now. I'm creating like my sound. I really want to harpen in on finding my sound. I feel like I've just gone all over the place, but because like I'm literally just like in my 20s trying to like figure it out, like figure out what makes me happy. And for some reason, I just have a really good feeling about this melodic bass era. So I'm excited.
Girl, I mean, I think we as humans eventually smell out unauthentic people, and so I think
Yeah.
that you following your authenticity is only going to attract the fans that are like completely connecting with your heart and soul, which are going to be the lifers who follow you through every evolution of your journey. It's the people who
Yeah.
want you to stay in a box or the ones who actually aren't in it for you. So
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so curious, I have not been shy to, and to share that the reason why I'm with Backwoods is I am a true festie at heart. The music festival scene like changed my life. So I'm curious to know, what was the first music festival you ever attended that you weren't performing at?
EDC Orlando, and it was awesome. I saw Alice in Wonderland. I was obsessed with her, and I was like, this is like what I want to do with my life. And I literally just like talked about it, you know, like you just like you're like a young kid, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do all this, and then you just don't for a while. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
but yeah.
Have you ever attended a camping music festival? Did you ever attend one of those? Where you went and just like stayed and camped at the fest instead of going back to the hotel?
Um, yeah, my first, I don't remember my first one. Maybe, maybe it was Okeechobee. Okeechobee's fucking
Mhm.
gorgeous. I'm really sad it's not coming back. I don't know if it will come back, but I love that campground. That was a really fun place.
Then Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I, I'm in Texas, and so I haven't been to any of the fests out in Florida, but I've heard they're amazing.
Yeah, like Swanee and all that. They're really good. Yeah, they do a good job there.
So what was the first fest you played?
Like first fest like ever would be probably like a Zen Awakening, like very Wookiee. I played a lot of like Wookieer festivals, like ones that aren't mainstream, but I don't know, I don't feel like this isn't correct, but like the first like big one was Freaky Deaky, I think that was like my first big one.
Do you remember what year it was?
2019.
I was there. I was
Oh,
there. Yeah, I'm sure I saw you. Yeah, that was uh yeah, I started teaching yoga at music festivals in 2017. I've been a yoga teacher for 20 years. And so it
wow.
was 2017, but they didn't have, I don't think they had yoga at that festival at Freaky Deaky, but I was there as an attendee. It was a great time. It was a great time. I'm sure I saw your set. Uh,
Oh,
I might have been highly intoxicated though, might or might not. So who
it
knows?
happens to the best of us, honestly.
All right. What
Yeah.
what do you love about playing at festivals? Do you find that the vibe is any different at a festival versus just like doing a show?
I really miss festivals. I love festivals. You just feel there's just a different vibe in the air. Um, and I extra miss them because I didn't do festival season this year because I couldn't tour. Like my mental health was like so bad at that point. So like I had to just like not tour at all. I think I had like two shows in the summer, which is crazy. So I really miss them right now. Like I'm itching so hard for them because they're just like there's just a different vibe about it. And then just like walking around the festival and seeing everybody, and they just look so pretty. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a big festival girl. I'm ready to get back for sure.
Girl, preach it. Like I
Mm.
I think I felt like the weird outcast everywhere that I went until I discovered music festivals. Then it was like, oh my gosh, this is where weird meets weird, and where weird meets weird, and thus we're all normal because we're all weird together. And it's such a
Yeah,
beautiful thing, such a beautiful thing.
yeah, for sure.
So, career-wise, what excites you the most right now?
Oof, probably getting back into the EDM world more. Like I'm ready to like get back there. It's honestly, I feel like it's a little bit of a challenge because I think doing pop people kind of were like, all right, bye, you know?
Mhm.
And that's really cool. I expected it and I needed to like it was only supposed to be like a 1 year thing, but the label deal trapping me really made it prolong. And I think that just like people don't like waiting for things. And I fucking did not like waiting. So I guess I'm just excited to get back out there and like show the new era. Like the new era is like very different, like not music wise, like very melodic bass, but like visually, like the era is very different than anything I've done before. Like it's like a story.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
You had mentioned earlier about people being disappointed with you ditching the alien. So, just on that topic, not you ditching the alien, but just aliens. Curious to know, uh, was that a part of your brand because it was like a marketing thing or because you're really into aliens?
At the time, I was like really into like space and like I was just really into like weirder music, so I related more so with the alien.
Hmm.
And it just really worked. And I really believed in it at the time, and it was extremely authentic. But as I got older, and I was like, oh, I don't want to just make weird music, but everyone thinks I wait to make weird music because my URL says Lucy the Alien, even though that was never my name, it was just a URL. So that's why I decided to leave it because I just want to be Lucy, and I want Lucy to make whatever like is authentic to her, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
But I love aliens still. I'm just like I'm more of a like I like you just move on from things. I feel like you can't just I don't know. If I still loved making weird music and stuff, I think I would still be her, the alien, but I just want to make like I don't want to just make weird music. I just couldn't. Like I couldn't do it anymore. And I didn't want to be one of those people who are like at the top and miserable because they're not being authentic to themselves. And there's a couple of them doing that. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I asked the question from I kind of a deep mystical chick, and um the Have you ever heard of the ancient alien theory?
No.
Ancient alien architects. Have you ever heard of this before?
Yeah, no, I haven't. That's
Okay,
crazy.
well, there's just like there's a whole show on the History Channel called Ancient Aliens, and my husband and I used to like geek out on that show. So I was just like curious if you know if you're to know if that your alien stuff came from you're saying spacey base, or it actually came because you're like a geek on extraterrestrials. So it's not so much an extraterrestrial geek like I am.
No,
That's
I don't know anything about that. Like it was just more so like I like aliens. It fits my brand. I'm a weird bass artist. All right. I know not aliens honestly freak me out. I honestly was always like low key scared that they wouldn't like that I was using their and I was gonna get abducted because I hear some of those stories and they sound terrible. I would always be like, abduct me. I don't want to be abducted. That sounds fucking terrifying. That's a no from me. I'm out.
Well, I'm just going to plant a little seed in your mind and maybe anybody who's watching who's like down the extraterrestrial thing and have followed you for a while. Check out Dr. Stephen Greer, any of his stuff on YouTube. He's like literally like a brilliant scientist who totally put his medical career to the side in order to like help break down the to let people know that extraterrestrials are real. Like there's this whole documentary just watched on YouTube about it that like just fucking blew my mind recently. So planting a seed, if you want to actually learn more, Dr. Stephen Greer will blow your mind. Anyway, moving
Yeah.
on.
I feel like aliens are now like recognized. It's funny because like they thought that was gonna be such a big thing. Like people like the whatever they're called, the fucking I don't even know. They're like, oh, aliens are real, and we're all like, we know. Thanks. Like, duh. Like we're on a fucking
Right?
floating planet. There has to be other shit out there. Yeah, maybe I'll do some research.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the interviews that I watched with you and someone else, he asked you if you thought if the aliens come in peace. And I will tell you on that documentary, Dr. Stephen Greer says that if they did not come in peace, we would fucking know by now. Because so many of our military have like shot at them of different weird shit they've seen in the sky and they've never shot back. So if they did not come in peace, they would have shot at us by now. At least that's what he says. So just a thought.
Still sounds fucking terrifying. Like count me out. Count
Right?
me out. Like I don't need to be one of those people to be abducted. It just sounds awful. I already have anxiety. I don't need more. Like I can't even watch stressful shit anymore because my anxiety is so bad. Like I used to be able to watch like Handmaid's Tales and scary movies, and now it's just Gilmore Girls, and that's
Right?
it.
Right? Right?
All I
Okay,
need.
so I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch on you. No more aliens. Just a couple more
Okay,
questions though. Okay. I heard that you in a different interview that you like sad songs. So
I
I'm
do.
gonna ask, what's one of your favorite sad songs that you put on when like you need a good cry?
Oof, that's a good question. I'm gonna say Champagne Problems by Taylor Swift. It's so
Ooh.
good. Love that one. It's just like all about like you're like the fuck up that like this person doesn't marry or whatever. It's so good. Lilac Affairs is good too by her. I'm such a Swiftie. And Folklore, if y'all want to see good songwriting, Folklore is like so crazy how good that album is. But yeah, that's probably mine. It used to be Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo because I mean, I had a chokehold over everybody. But like that song is so fucking good. Like it deserved all the hype it got. But God, that song's so sad. I love it though. I love sad shit.
I love this. I love hearing this part about you. It's like a different layer behind the curtain. So your ink, everybody who has tattoos, which I have tattoos too, knows that there's always the next tattoo. So
Ah, fuck.
have you been contemplating what's the next tattoo? Do you know? Has it been speaking to you yet?
Honestly, I just finished out my stomach. I'm not gonna add anything else. Like I have leaves, I have a fucking butterfly, I have like tiny tattoos. I'm done with my stomach. I think I need to like fill out my legs because legs take so fucking long to finish, and I still don't know what I want on my upper half sleeve, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that until like I absolutely know. But my legs are so like free for all. Like I have like jello on my leg from the Office prank. There's like a fucking like a, if you've ever seen The Office, Jim puts Dwight's stapler in jello, and I literally have that on my leg. So at that point, I just put anything on my shit. So I want to fill out my legs and just get a bunch of like random tattoos and shit. That's my next plan.
So just a whole bunch of random pieces, not like one thing that's like popping out at you that says, you have to put me on your body.
No, I think it's because I got my tattoo fixed for the year. Like and they're expensive.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I'm like, I'm good for now. I think like I got so much this year that I'm like, okay, I'm good for this year. Like I don't need any more for now. And but I will start itching, I bet you, like next year for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. My husband and I have been talking. We're about ready to book an appointment with our tattoo artist for a time to sit with him because we both have pieces that we've been itching on for a couple years now. So it's
Yeah.
exciting. It's finally that time of year where like we're not going to be putting on bathing suits and getting in the water for a couple of months. So it's time to get that healing, you know?
I know I did mine all during summer and I literally couldn't do shit. So that's
Oh,
very,
that
yeah.
was not good timing.
I'm not an outside girly though. Like
Yeah.
I like the night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're a
um
vampire.
I am. That's very true.
Okay, two more questions and then I'll let you go. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
you're at Backwoods. Actually, so this was my first year as the event director, and so I barely got to see any sets, but yours was one of the sets. I think yours was actually the first full set I got to see of the weekend, and it was so great. So got to dance, and it was so wonderful. I want to know, was that your first time on Mulberry Mountain?
No, I played there the first year of Wakan Festival.
Yes.
But the setup was very different. So, but no, but I really love Mulberry Mountain. And everyone there's so nice. Like the promoters and everything. They're just all so sweet and everyone's just chilling. It's such a good vibes festival.
Yeah, it was actually Mulberry Mountain. Wakarusa changed my life. It was my first camping festival in 2012, and I was actually at that Wakan too. I teach yoga for Wakan as well, so been at all of those ones with you. So I'm curious to know, before we go, we're here because you're at Backwoods, and I just want to know, well, you have the undivided attention of the Backwoods community. Do you have anything that you would like to share from your heart to ours?
Oh my God. Just that I love you guys and thanks for letting me play. And I hopefully will be back because that'll be really fun. And yeah, that's it from me.
Do you have
Uh,
anything else that you want to share with us as far we need to keep our eyes out as far as that you have coming up or anything you want to plug before we say goodbye?
yeah, I mean, I have a song coming out in a couple weeks. It's actually I'm doing right now like an emo remix series. So I just did If It Means a Lot to You by Day to Remember. Just put out that remix with my friend Chill Panic. And then this next one is All Around Me by Flyleaf. So that remix will be out December 1st. So yeah.
Fan freaking
Oh
tastic.
yeah.
Well, Lucy, so thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And for all of you guys who are watching at home, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much, guys.